And this is a deal where at the end of the construction process, we're able to do a refinance, pull all the money back out of the deal. So all of the money that we put into this deal came back out in the form of a refi. And we'll talk about that as I work through the numbers. And then this guy's getting cash flow on top of that. So, and any one of you could execute on a deal like this. So we found this deal right on the MLS. We found it right on redfin.com. Like, it wasn't hiding. We didn't need special wholesale relationships, you need specialized knowledge in the sense of being able to identify that it's a profitable deal, what you can do with it. These are all things that we can show you how to do within the mentorship program, but you don't need specialized software or special relationships or anything. You just need a little bit of knowledge and the ability to move fast when you see opportunity. So we found this deal on the MLS, and they were asking maybe 110,000. Melissa said, do you need a real estate license? You don't need a license to do this. You don't need a license. You don't need anything other than somebody to show you how to do it. Somebody to say, look, that's a good deal. That's a bad deal. Here's why. And then for you to be able to digest that information and then take action upon it. Any one of you watching this right now can go out and do this in 90 days or less. 90 days or less, you can have the exact same results that we're talking about here. But no, you don't need to be licensed. So we went out, they were asking 110,000, and we ran our numbers on the deal. I know the market. I kind of have some market specialization there. I know how to do market research. We offered them 85. We landed on 90,000. So we put down, you guys can see that. We put down 90K on this deal. So we came in with an all cash offer, 90,000. We're going to close in 30 days. No problem. And we knew that we had a renovation budget. It was a really small budget because, see, this developer who was selling us the property, they had already had it tenanted and they tried to do room rentals, but they were inexperienced. So they put a bunch of bad people in the property. They burn out really quick, and they brought this property on the market 6 months later. So I had already seen it. And then when it came back on the market, my follow-up game is very strong. A lot of money in real estate can be made in following up on deals. Not the initial offer, but then keeping an eye on a profitable deal and following up over and over again. Keeping an eye on that deal for months, and you can get the money. And especially if you're just starting, you only need 2-3 deals a year to build up $2,000-$3,000 a month in cash flow, scale your way out of the 9 to 5. So you can do it very quickly. So because they had already renovated it, but it was lived in and needed a little bit of work, we had a rehab budget of 30,000. So we were gonna come in, paint, TLC, clean up the basement a little bit, redo the floors. We popped in some new windows. We fixed the plumbing because there were leaks. There were just some minor things. 30K is like a very fast cosmetic renovation. This is a renovation that can be done hypothetically in anywhere from like 3 to 6 weeks. It definitely should go closer to 3. It could go to 6. It depends on the amount of people you're using. These are all things that we talk about in the mentorship program. So there are ways to get it done cheaper for closer to 20,000. If you want to do 30,000, you can go faster. So you're always making these different decisions as a developer. Do I want to go fast? Do I want to keep my costs low and work with less guys? Am I pulling permits? Do I want to fly under the radar? There are a lot of different decisions that you need to think through. But 30K, so you're all in at 120, right? All in 120. And then there's going to be some friction with closing costs. But that's about 70% of the ARV. This is the ARV. I'll explain what that means. ARV is the after repair value. This is what the property is worth after we do the renovation. So we buy it for 90, put in 30, call out an appraiser. The appraiser says, hey, it's worth 170. So we're all in with friction and everything at about 75%, which means we can get all of our money back. Because in a 30-year fixed mortgage, most lenders will lend you up to 80% of this number, of the after repair value, up to 80% of the ARV. So if you can structure a deal like we did, where you can buy it and renovate it for less than or at around 75%, you can typically always find a lender who will come in and say, oh, you have a property, it's move-in ready. and you have good equity in the deal, we'll give you a mortgage. That mortgage, that 30-year fixed mortgage, cash this guy back out of his home equity line. So all of that money he took, boom, put it back into the deal.